Your life experience, good or bad, is a gift when you share it with others. At Taxi Chronicles, we allow real riders with real stories to share their gift. So hopefully this episode will intrigue, enhance or inspire you. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Morning. Yes, I'm back. Yes, we are back, with another rider. Another episode, another story. Today we are honoured to have a lady who's a master in stretching. And she's experienced that you also must stretch after the lockdown. And she's going to tell her little story and then we're going to quiz her about the industry so we can all learn. Nice to have you here today.
Hi. Welcome everybody.
So tell us about your experience first.
What happened? Well, I've come into this taxi with 2 broken feet. I've got crutches in here. I've got bags. I haven't been out of the house in the last 4 weeks. This is my second day out. It's nice to be out. My only advice in life right now is don't run near the stairs, or don't run like right after lockdown. Even though the sun's out, it's really nice, it feels like it's something you want to do. You just need to slowly get there and retrain your body.
So this is also advice given by the NHS workers, key workers, in there. Because what happened when you got into hospital?
When I got into the hospital, it was so busy in the A&E because everyone in there was injured with some kind of physical activity that they have just been doing. A girl sitting right next to me, I thought I had pretty bad injuries with a swollen ankle, 2 broken feet, but there was a girl sitting right next to me with a netball injury. She went to play netball and her leg from her knee, her left knee, her leg went outwards instead of straight down, and it just looked like, don't think your knee should ever be able to do that, and it does. And she was just sitting there on a wheelchair. We all waited 6 hours to see someone.
Really?
Yeah, because it was just so busy. It was so busy.
And the reason that it was said it was busy?
Well, because 98% of people walking into A&E that night had a physical injury instead of COVID.
Okay.
And the nurse said to me, I was just like, why is it so busy? And she was like, well, because people think after a lockdown you can just go back into your normal activities, and everyone obviously is looking forward to going back to their normal activities, but you can't really do that. You kind of have to retrain your body, retrain your feet, retrain your mind, and get it up to speed again to get back to where it used to be. You can't just perform like you used to 3 months ago after not moving as much. So that's where we are.
So tell us, what is your profession?
So I am a stretchologist. I'm a COO at Stretch Inc. We have 2 studios. We're just coming back from our studio in 7 Dials. Okay. What we do is you come in and we're all trained by physios, and we all have a bodywork background. So I'm a personal trainer by trade. You come in and we help you with recovery, and we do one-on-one assisted stretch, and we have a 15 minutes, 25 minutes and a 15 minutes one-on-one session with each person that comes in.
So are these for people who are injured, like car accidents or falling down the
people
stairs?
Who are injured, who's ready to get back on their feet, people who are just recovering from working out, people who are training for a marathon, or who's just cycling into work a lot every day.
They need their muscles.
Yeah, or people who have just been on lockdown and just been on their sofa or working from their dining table all day for many months and just feel like, oh my goodness, my shoulder is about to touch each other from just crouching in front of my laptop, and just yeah.
So how long have you been doing this for? You sound like you really love it. You're in the physical world.
I do really love it. So I joined Rachel with stretching. She registered the company end of 2019. We signed our first lease in March 2020, and then we went into a lockdown.
Okay.
Really exciting, but 2020 has slowed us down. And now we're in our second store, and we're looking to expand 4 more stores in the next year. That's the plan, at least.
What's the difference between like the yoga and basic stretching?
I think if you do daily yoga, that's great for you. But I think there is something to say about someone else doing the stretch for you, taking you to the next level. Someone else supporting your body while they isolate and muscle and just taking that stretch out. Because when you stretch yourself out, you can easily just go, okay, this is quite tiring, I'm just gonna stop now. Whereas you're not really gonna tell an instructor you can't go anymore when they tell you it's just 2 more seconds that you have to hold in this position. So I think just having someone else do it for you can just take you that much further, that 20%, a little bit more, that 20%, to just get your body further and a bit more advanced in where you want to go.
Okay.
Yeah.
I hear you. What would you say you've learnt over the years that you wish you knew when you started?
I wish someone said concentrate on recovery, because going hard in your training and just being strong is not enough. Recovery is as important, if not more important, than just getting strong in your body. You can go really hard on your weights. So I'm also a CrossFit instructor and a kettlebell instructor. You can go really hard on the weights, you can do all this functional movement, but when your muscles are tight from your workout, you need to recover. If you don't recover, you're just gonna have recurring injuries, and the older you are, the harder it is to recover. So I wish someone did tell me in my 20s, recover. And I guess I did hear it. I wish I listened. Drink your water, recover, rest. Rest is like so important. It's so, everyone says like, oh yeah, you have to rest. I know it sounds really boring, but nothing is better for your body than just resting. And you don't always have to be like, you don't have to sleep, or you don't have to do a mindfulness session. Some people are just active resters, so you can be going for a walk. So if you're a runner, on your rest day, you do an active rest, so you go for a walk instead of like just sitting at home on the sofa. Resting is not just on the sofa. You can do an active rest. Yeah, that's really important.
Yes, that's what they used to say to me. The sergeant used to say to me, us in the military, that every day you can exercise. But you just, on your rest day, you can do a light swim.
Yeah.
So actually that's really good, because you're stretching out, you're allowing your body to soak up some of all the fluids, or the
exactly, and you're getting your body and your fluids to move around, not just like tense up and just kind of stay there.
I always finish with a swim now.
Oh, that's brilliant.
I joined a gym, and a Nutfield gym, and I finish with a swim, and then I go and sit in a steam room or sauna.
Nice.
For about 5 minutes.
Nice.
And stretch while I'm in there, and then sit in the jacuzzi, and then I'm out.
Yeah.
I would have done pull-ups and whatever else prior to having a swim and everything, but I find every time I do that, I never have an injury.
No. Or you recover faster. So you can go really hard on the weights, you can reach your next weight up, and what happened is the next 2 days you feel like, oh my god, you can't really move your body. But when you do your stretching and you recover and you take care of yourself, instead of using 2 days, or even eating well, instead of having 2 days of just like, I can't really move, to like just half a day, or even sometimes if you've done it really well, you feel fine the next day. And that's what you want, so that you can go again and not feel like, oh my god, I can't move, so I'm just not gonna do anything.
I explained earlier that with this podcast, what we try and do, we try and inform have it structured in a way that our younger people can benefit from your experience.
Okay.
So what was the route that you took, educational-wise, to get where you are today? And would you have changed that?
No, not really. I think I'm a strong believer in like everything happens for a reason in life. So I grew up in Malaysia. I worked the family business. I've opened a few outlets here and there, and then left the family business, got married, moved here because my husband's from here, had 2 children. While I had 2 children, I retrained as a personal trainer because I was really interested in fitness when I was in Malaysia. So retrainers, I just felt like, oh yeah, you know, if I want to like restart something again, I should just go into something that I'm passionate about and I can kind of do it in my sleep. Since having 2 children kind of feels like I don't really have time for anything else, or to like, you know, learn a new, like brand new skill. I just thought, okay, this physical work is something that I'm really interested in, and what I'm gonna go. So I just got retrained and certified. Did some stuff with it, but what happened was when I joined Stretch Inc., I joined and trained as a stretchologist, but really my passion is in the operations and opening up new stores and going into like the business side of things, on top of training as a stretchologist. So yeah, I don't think I would change that. I really enjoy the development of the business.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
That's good. What would you say to your 16-year-old self?
Yeah. Just chill out, stop worrying so much, and recover.
Okay, that's interesting. The body is a complicated thing.
Yeah.
What are the most common injuries that people have, and how can we avoid them?
So I think there is the wear and tear of the knees. That seems to always go first. Lower back pains. That's from like just sitting too much and just not moving about as much. Those are the kind of like stuff.
Can I ask you, with
Yeah.
the knees, I do squats every day.
Yep.
Not loaded, just my own body weight.
Okay.
So I do 40 squats.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
I do different squats. So I do wide, like sumo,
yeah.
classic,
Yeah.
close up, close legs, like a, you know what the yoga people do, kind of squat.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Thing pals. Is that good for your knees?
That is good for your knees. Loading up eventually is also really good. So what you want to do is, because the fluid in your knees tend to give out because we use them so much. It's just part of wear and tear of your body. I would say, I always tell my clients when I train them to build muscles around the knee to protect it. So when you load up on weights, you're building bigger and bigger muscles around the knee. So you're using that to carry the weight of your body instead of just depending on the joints of your knees.
The cartilage.
Yeah.
Stretching the knee as well. I put my foot my heel to my arse.
So right, yeah. So that's what you call a quad stretch. That's your upper leg in the front, and then you want to stretch your hamstrings, which is another really like popular, quite painful, depending where you are, kind of stretch.
You can get someone to do that though, can't you?
Exactly. And you know, when it's a really painful stretch, you get into that position and you feel like, I think I'm stretching. But when you come into the studio, a stretchologist is like, that is stretching. I'm going to take you that extra 20%. And you're like, okay, now I'm really stretching. And then you're feeling like, how long do I have to stay here for? What did you say? 30 seconds?
When you, when a client comes to you do they have to take a day off afterwards? You know, like
No.
if you get you go to those physio people that pull your joints.
Yeah, so no, you don't have to. If anything, in the next 2 to 3 days, depends how tight you are. Some people, they're so tight, even just from leaving the studio, they already feel it immediately. The next 2 to 3 days, you would feel like there is air in between your vertebrae. So your back, your spine in the back, because we sit on it so much, and wherever is the strongest or we're compensating tend to just compress, because it's just your back. You feel like, it's really strong. I can handle quite a lot. It's fine. You're just loading and loading and loading. What happens after a stretch is you feeling like, oh my god, there's air going in between my joints, and you just feel elevated. And you feel like, oh my god, I can feel like my blood is going, and like there's air in between my body. I'm moving. I feel more able. That feel good feeling?
Able-bodied.
Yeah. Like you can just stop and do a break dance and feel like, I'm gonna be fine.
You've been a great guest.
Thank you.
What's the impact you want to have on the world?
Oh, I don't know. I just wanna impact. I just wanna keep the sun shining and people happy. Nothing massive. Nothing that's not already there.
Okay. Well, what does the future hold for you?
Just able bodies, happy bodies.
Okay.
Just for everybody, less sickness in the world, and just people being happy and just living life.
Okay, that's good. All right. Well, thanks a lot for that.
You're most welcome.
And we wish you well.
Thanks.
So that was a great interview. So where can people find you?
So people can find us, if you follow us on Instagram, we're called Stretching, INC. So STRETCHINC_UK. You'll find all our information right there on Instagram.
Thanks a lot for that.
You're most welcome.
We hope you liked that Taxi Chronicles interview. Don't forget to share and subscribe to get the latest episode. Ever considered investing in a continent with the fastest growing economies and population on Earth? The same continent that holds 30% of the world's known natural resources. Listen to our sister podcast, Africa Investor Stories, where you hear real investors with real stories from around the world share their experience of investing in Africa. We post Monday and Thursday at 10 a.m. British Standard Time.